Good morning, everybody. Well, here I am over to another day. We had some evening storms to come in, and actually not evening, afternoon storms came in. Messed me up from starting on raking and baling hay, and it showered a little bit, just enough to mess it up, just enough to mess it up. And I always had a chance to come a good pour down, but it never did. Nevertheless, here we are next morning. I've been letting dew burn off because of that shower. We had a pretty good dew. A lot of times in this time of year there's no dew. Usually it's already so dry, there's no morning moisture. But not this year. This year has been an oddity. But I'm going to get started right now. I'm going to get busy here raking with the old tractor and my dad's old tractor. And then I'm going to jump right behind it with the hay baler. Try to get this back field here baled up. And then I've got one across the road cut and curing right now. It needs to cure a little bit more. It was so thick. I may have to rake it once and roll it over to get some air underneath it. Get part of it to properly cure. But I'm ready to get on this. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Jump out here and get to raking. Ran through about 60 feet right here. Just stop where you guys can see some, here what it's doing. You see how these bring these in and roll them and roll them and roll them up into two cut swaths into one windrow right here. But it's rolling it up there and some really nice windrows. Look at that. Some nice grass. Some really nice grass. A lot of leaf in it, not too much stem. That's what you want, You don't want cows just eating a bunch of stems. So it's still really good and leafy there on that. I like raking with this open tractor. I got my other cab tractor just sitting up there right now. But with this rake and this small tractor, I can move around the field pretty fast, pretty agile. With that orange cab tractor, it's got that front end loader that'll be bouncing, and it's putting a lot of wear on the pins doing that, so I'd have to go slower. Well, I got 6 rounds done around the field with the hay rake. I don't want to do the whole field at one time. I'm operating all this by myself. I don't have any help or any workers or anything. So if I rake up a whole field and strong winds come through, which can happen in summer, man, you can get these hot, dry, bursting winds that come across the field, or what they call a dust devil. They will come through and just destroy your windrows. They're fluffed up. It's easy for the air to get in them, and your hay will just be scattered everywhere. And you're either going to have to get out there with a rake and re-rake it all up off the field, or you just lost a huge proportion of your hay. So I'm always cautious to that. I've watched it happen even when we used to hire hay baling. We watched this dust devil come through one time, and it went right across a pretty good sized field, huge dust devil. And we could see our hay being lifted up into the air. Literally, it looked like a couple thousand feet. And we had neighbors way across, maybe almost 2 miles from here, that said that they had hay just all over the top of their houses and everything, where it was dropping it out of the sky. And that is no joke. My cousin remembers probably pulling up from work site one day, and as we're pulling in and Tim was rolling that hay, he stepped out of his tractor, just looked up because all the hay was disappearing into the sky. I'm gonna get on this hay baler now and see what I can do to get this to rolling. Pray I don't have no breakdowns. We get this hot glass box cranked up. At least it has air conditioning, but boy, it's hot in here right now. I should have had this thing already cooling off. Woo! I didn't even make it 30 feet. Not even 30 feet starting a hay bale. And I blew hydraulic line on the tractor. Go away, dirt dauber. Yeah. 30 feet. Look down, it was just spraying fluid. Look at this. Just wet with hydraulic fluid. It's all on me. It's all on the tractor. And it's some line comes up behind this battery box here and going under the cab somewhere. And I don't know where. But it, I can tell it's going to be some work. Here I am, hay cut, hay getting raked up, and the tractor just blew a hose, and it is super hot. I could go up there and get the other tractor and crank this thing and unhook, hook the baler to the other tractor and all. Time I mess around with all of that and spray out more hydraulic oil there, it's gonna spray everywhere moving the tractor. Might as well just fix it. That's the discouraging things, man. I tell you, farm life is not easy. All this equipment's expensive to work on. It's expensive to own, whether it's brand new or secondhand. I got friends, family, including my cousins, got late model new tractors, and they stay in the shop all the time too. Well, Cap's gonna help me work on the tractor. God, dog, I just now got in this truck. I didn't put it back underneath the carport or a tree. It is so hot inside this thing. Holy cow. It is that time of year now. Let me show you here on the dash. I don't know if you can see that or not. Look at that right there. 102 degrees. Conversion on that for you Celsius people. 102 though in Texas today. The heat finally made it here. Man, when it gets these temperatures, just to touch anything, it is something else. You see, I've been lazy, haven't been shaving. I just hadn't cared. I've been working so many hours, and I'm just don't care. Not right now. So I made me a little tent right here. Had this antenna frame I found over at my brother's old place. He's cleaned it up. Used it to hold it up. Some zip ties over the truck camper door here and over the tractor. So I got to work right down here. Boy, shade makes a huge difference, doesn't it, Cap? Whew. Well, you know, I'm like you, Cap. It looks like that battery box swings. Because why else would they have this little hinge looking system right here? But I bet you just take out a bolt here or something.
And there's a bolt right there you can take out.
It don't look like it's easy to get to though.
No.
It's down in behind that frame on that tractor right there on that plate. That ain't like no easy bolt, and even coming in from the bottom. We'll see. I'm about to find out. So there it is, the old one and the new one. Yep, this old hose outside is kind of all deteriorated, and I'm sure the inner liner to that blew right on out. Took it up to Napa and Terrell Waltz Automotive, a family-owned business. We've been doing business with them for years and years, and they made me up a brand new hose. So now the fun of getting back in there and getting that thing fed through under that cab and up that firewall behind that engine on that tractor. Of course, it had to be something super hard to get to, and it's ate up a good part of my day, but I'm gonna get it knocked out. Well, we got it in there, and I got the battery box back in place. That thing is, see it right down in there, and it's a tight little place up in behind the engine. It goes down between the engine and the cab on that firewall, and there some kind of tight places, and connects down right down in there. We got it fished through and got it done. We didn't get no trash in the line or nothing. I think we did a great job. So I'm going around cutting my zip ties off my tarp now, so we can get the hood put back on it. This is why I carry a toolbox with me in the truck all the time, with a variety of tools and sockets and wrenches and all, cutters, hammers, you name it, just a variety of tools. When you got all this kind of stuff, if you're not your own mechanic, you're gonna go broke doing all this, unless you're some big corporate farm. So yeah, we'll get the hood all on there. Man, this tractor's in such nice condition, other than just needing these rubber hoses replaced from its setting and not getting used before. Recently put this one on, the return line from the injectors back to the fuel tank. I changed a couple others out on the other side, and my cousin changed out all the power steering lines right here coming inside the cab, and they join in right here on top to one of those lines I just changed. It's just part of it. Rubber hoses, they're going to deteriorate, and this thing sat in a barn for a while, and things like that happen. Just like he had to rebuild these cylinders, change those seals, and a new main hydraulic line underneath the front of it too. But the rest of them are all metal, and it's getting to the point we're about done on, hopefully, I hate to say that, but hopefully we're about done on changing any kind of lines. But Cap helped me out here, and I tell you what, I would have really fought this hard if it wasn't for Cap. There she is. We can take all the tarp off the truck now too and get the hood down on it. And he's waiting on me, so that's what I'm gonna do. Well, here I am, 5:46 in the evening, and the tractor's just now fixed. I hope it's fixed. I hope. This is just the way it is, the reality of life, dealing with this stuff. Cap's looking down there for leaks when I turn the steering and everything. Alrighty.
good to go. And away we go.